Welcome back to another episode of the Natty Teacher. I am joined today by my Minnie. You can see her in the corner. It's my beautiful daughter. We are on the way to the gym. Now, it's a little bit different. This is my second pull session of the week, our pull B session. So day 5 of 6 of training for the week. And we're actually going to be in the basement gym today. So I'm still on Christmas vacation. So it's one of those things where I either could have gotten up super early this morning and trained at the commercial gym, or I could have gotten a little bit more sleep and followed the routine that I did this morning and worked out in this basement gym just a little bit of a further drive away. Okay, so I chose the latter, the second option here. So essentially there will be a few kind of tweaks to the training a little bit, just purely because of availability of equipment, but nothing super crazy, man. Nothing super crazy different or anything like that. It's a lot of the same stuff I would normally do, just again with a few minor tweaks here and there to make sure that I am doing similar patterns of motion for the back and for other body parts, while still kind of adhering to my regular training routine. So anyways, yeah, man. Pull session on the docket. What do we got today? Well, it's gonna look a little different. Again, like I said, we have a good old lat pull down to get us started. Okay, this will be post mobility work and stretching and all that kind of stuff, warm up, all that. Not really stretching, I would say more mobility and warm ups. But we'll have a good old school lat pull down. Then following that, we will have an incline dumbbell row, something I haven't done in a while, but it is something that I would like to be more consistent with in this training block here. Again, this new year brings new opportunities for a few tweaks and things like that here and there. So incline dumbbell row is a phenomenal exercise for the back. I would say overall back development, the way that I would particularly do it, I think it would target more of the kind of mid upper back, more mid back than anything. But I'll show you guys what I mean when I get into my training and do my voiceover for it and all that kind of fun jazz. Then we'll have just a seated cable row after that, and then a one-arm cable row. So lots of rowing, man. Row your boat, man. Generally, not so gently down the stream. Again, still trying to be a little bit cautious of this injury. Of course, you guys know I like to work within that 8 to 12 rep range more than anything. That's kind of my personal sweet spot. Every once in a while, dipping below that and above that as well from time to time. But that's kind of my personal sweet spot. So I am not sure if we'll be there yet. Again, working with this, rear delt teres injury, it feels a lot better, which is good, but I don't think it is completely healed up yet. So I do need to be leery of that and cautious of that, and make sure that we are, training appropriately as to not aggravate that anymore. Okay, so that is the plan, Stan. For sure. So I thought she was falling might be falling asleep. I don't know. She might have taken a nap. We've kind of had a lazy morning this morning. But speaking of that, got back into my normal routine here. I go back to work next week. I still have today, tomorrow, and then the weekend off before I go back to work. But I kind of wanted to, get back into my normal routine a little bit. So at least on days where I have core and cardio. So this morning did fasted core and cardio. So that was nice to get that in, early in the morning and, earlier in the morning. I still slept in, but nice to get that in first thing. And then obviously got nice and hydrated there, had my morning gut health drink, which is just 10 grams of glutamine, some electrolytes, and some apple cider vinegar mixed with water to dilute it a little bit. Then had my breakfast and let that digest for about 2 hours. Then I had my pre-workout meal, and that was about an hour ago that I finished that ish, just about an hour ago, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And now we are on our way to the gym. I have my post-workout meal packed. I got her lunch packed, so she's ready to rock and roll with that. And we are headed to the gym and headed home. Gonna get in there and crush it. So, should be exciting for sure. Other than that, what else do we got on the docket? After the actual back portion of this training, we will have some rear delt rows. An essential, a staple. It is with dumbbells. You can do it with barbell, you can do it with dumbbells. There are different variations for the rear delts. I don't have like a pec deck reverse fly machine here. That is, I would say, the best exercise if done properly for rear delts. But I do not have one in this gym, so I won't be using that. So we'll do some dumbbell rear delt rows and then some bicep work. Yep, so we'll have dumbbell hammer curls today, and then I believe we we have one-arm cable curls? Yeah, I think some one-arm cable curls after that as well. So, yeah, that'll be a good one. It's going to be a good session for sure. And then I'll be back in the basement gym tomorrow. So it's actually 3 days in a row just this week. Normally it's just Wednesdays and Fridays now based on my split and a few tweaks that I made that I will be at the basement gym. But this week, because of Christmas break and wanting to, again, get back on my routine and do my, core and cardio in the morning and eat a couple times and all that kind of stuff. And, now my wife is back to work today. So it was one of those things where I didn't want to have to wait for her to get home at 5 p.m. and then go to the gym, so I'm just sitting home all day, hanging out with my daughter. That's great, but I just feel unproductive. Like, I like to get to the gym and get that rock and rolling. And it means she gets some time with my dad, who she just loves to death. So it'll be nice for the both of them to be able to hang out and all that. So, yeah, that's about all I got, man, as far as an intro. Got my pre-workout here. Again, a full serving of Legion Pulse and, got a little bit, it's just the reflection, never mind. A full serving of Legion Pulse and 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. We'll have our other 5 grams of creatine intra-workout and go from there. That is the plan, Stan. So, yeah, buddy. Anyways, top set of some lat pull downs. Our first exercise of the day coming at you right about now. So first up here, we got a good old school lat pull down. Now this is one that it is a heavy lat pull down, man. It is one of those that it is completely plate loaded with the standard plates, so not even the Olympic plates, so the plates that have just those small holes here. So this felt really good, getting a nice good stretch. I still am a big advocate for lat pull downs, man. I see more and more influencers and people on social media being like, oh, lat pull downs are useless. It's like, yeah, they're useless if you're just slanging and banging and pulling down to your head or something like that with twice as much weight as you should be using. Yes, at that point they're pointless. But for how I do them, no, I really like them. I think they're awesome. So I will absolutely continue to do these, and I think my back kind of, not that it's perfect by any means, but it's definitely a strong suit, and I have done lat pull downs since I started, working out. So I will definitely continue to do them, just make them better and better, and use more and more weight for a better technique. It's perfect. So, have a few kind of maybe sloppy ones at the end, but even the sloppy ones are still good. So 2 working sets there. Then we had some incline dumbbell rows. It definitely could have gone a little heavier on this one. You got to remember, this is where this workout now, I'm a week past this now. I have another one of these pull sessions in 2 days from now. This is where I was still kind of a little leery of that teres and like rear delt issue I had going on. So I was being slightly more conservative still. It felt good, but it was still pretty tight, so I didn't want to like push it too hard. But I forgot how much I like chest supported rows. And there are definitely a bunch of ways you can do this. You can go way further up the bench on that incline, use quite a bit more weight, keep that chest on the pad, especially if you don't have a lot of like the modern equipment and you're a little more limited. An incline bench with some dumbbells, there's a handful of ways you can do some really good rowing variations with that. So did 2 working sets here, still felt really good. But definitely know that next time that I do this particular exercise, absolutely can use a little bit more weight for sure. So then we have a just regular seated cable row. Yeah, baby. Hi, honey. Hi, I'm just doing my video. We have just a regular seated row here. Now we're taking like a just outside shoulder width grip. I kind of like to mirror like the chest supported row I would have at the commercial gym I train at. So it's kind of the best variation of that I can use. You can absolutely lean way more forward and get a deeper and deeper stretch if you'd like. I have found just with these kind of exercises that I don't like to come too far forward. Again, either way works. If you connect with it, then even the better. So couple little bit looser ones here at the end, but we did 2 working sets here and they still felt really good, getting that nice row through the back here. So then we ended the actual back portion of this session with some single arm cable rows. Okay, obviously you can see here that we have the hand slightly supinated upwards, so we have that palm facing towards the ceiling. You can do it like that. You can do it in a completely neutral grip. Just really make sure that you're tracking that elbow back to the side of the rib cage. You don't have to tuck it too hard. I think some people try to do it almost too strict, as weird as that may sound. I'm not saying for you to do it loose, but just make sure if you're, put it this way, if your elbow is tracking back towards the side of your rib cage and you can, again, I don't want to say feel it, because even if you feel it, sometimes it doesn't mean it's correct. But regardless, if your elbow is tracking back towards your ribcage, 9 times out of 10, you're probably doing it pretty close to, if not, perfectly fine. So, yeah, like next time I run this exercise, it'll be more of a neutral grip, but still felt really, really good. Then some kind of one that I saw on TikTok actually, long months and months ago. I mean, you could even argue probably a year or so ago, maybe not that long, but regardless, just some like rear delt rows here. They're almost like kind of like dumbbell swings, but with a chest support. But you control that eccentric, so it's not like I'm letting the dumbbells. Like if you watch the dumbbells when they come forward, like it's not like I'm like letting them just swing and clang and bang off each other, something like that. Like you're controlling that. But really just bringing those dumbbells out, like, you start kind of with the dumbbells pointing towards each other and then bring them back and out to the side of the body. Not too far back, because then we'll be rolling into the traps, but we did 3 working sets here, and it felt really good, felt comfortable. So I think we're using the 50-pound dumbbells there. We did 3 working sets. Then moved into the arms portion. This is John Jewett right here all over it. I saw him doing these, and obviously it's just just a regular hammer curl, but with, not alternating. So you see most people doing alternating, and I've found myself swinging way too much doing alternating dumbbell hammer curls. And so I did them last week, actually a week from tomorrow, last week, where I did them both at the same time. So bringing the dumbbells slightly in towards each other so they're not just completely straight up and down. I can absolutely feel this bad boy. I was like, holy crap. So I did 3 working sets here, just using the 45-pound dumbbells. So we did myo rep match sets. So we did like a top set of 10 here, and then we did 2 sets additionally of 10 after that, where we would take short little rest periods until we hit 10 reps. So felt really good, and definitely will continue to have this one in the in the regimen. So then ended the bicep portion of this workout, and actually the workout in general, just with some good old school easy bar curls. I'm big on cables. I love cable curls. I think just the tension it provides is awesome, but I don't really have great cable setups in this gym down here. So I just went old school with it. Good old school easy bar curl, man. You can't go wrong with it. Finding a comfortable position for those wrists and just allowing, I like to push my elbows slightly forward. So, because I notice if I keep my elbows too far tucked back, I'll really curl only to like maybe the chin, curling this up towards kind of like nose or eye level, with the head bent, of course. So probably just above where the chin would be if I was straight up and down, but, I found that this is really, really a good little cue for me, is keeping those elbows slightly pushed forward. Not way forward, but just enough to where, I have to, I'm not swinging the weight or anything like that. So felt really good. This was 2 working sets. So then we, have our total of 10 working sets of direct bicep work for the week. And that was it, folks. Catching the outro.
B session in the freaking books. Phenomenal session. A lot of fun. It was just one of those, I just feel like I really was relaxed, very calm, and very much so like in the zone with that session. Just like felt it. I feel like I felt like every rep, Tried a few new things, so that was cool. Not a ton, but a few. And I really enjoyed it. I really, really did. Like, that was just a fun session. It was a good session, really good session. It's my daughter, my little twin, in the back. So she has only had like a 20 or 25 minute nap so far today. So she's, a couple months away from turning 2. So she still very much so naps every day. Or we try to get her. Some days she doesn't. But I have a feeling she's going to fall asleep here on our drive home for the last little bit of it. Oh man, I feel like I can use it now. Anyways. Yeah, phenomenal session, guys. Definitely is exciting as far as the space that it puts me in for my upcoming sessions. I'm excited for the prospect of these, this next Pole B session at the other gym that I train at, that commercial gym. Normally I would be training there, but again, like I was saying in the intro, just for sake of time today, it was just much more time effective for me to work out in the basement gym, which is, again, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's just, all plate loaded, heavy iron equipment. You know what I mean? No added, resistance arcs and whatever. I don't know, like you see on a lot of these real fancy machines where, changes tension and all that. It's just, you load the weight on and you pull it. You know what I mean? It's old school, and I love it. That's where I got some pretty gnarly calluses on my hands, and it definitely wasn't from training at the commercial gym that I train at. No offense to that gym, but it was definitely just from training down in the basement with, barbells and dumbbells. That's all I had for like the first decade of my training. Was I just trained with all dumbbells and barbells.
That was it. We had one chest press machine we got a couple of years ago, and I used that a little bit, but it ended up kind of bugging my shoulder anyways, and like my chest and stuff, so I just didn't even really use it that much. But yeah, a little bit of cable work, mainly just all dumbbells and barbells. So that's what built the base of my physique. So yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way, for sure. But yeah, awesome session. I'll actually be back in the basement tomorrow, so this will be tomorrow's video will be uploaded for you guys like on Friday or Saturday. So that'll be my leg B session. So that is I ran it last week. There is one change though, because I'm flipping in some stiff-legged deadlifts for RDLs, like barbell stiff-legged deadlifts for RDLs, just purely because I just really have not been connecting with RDLs now, and it's just, I think it's really just down to the fact that it's such a, put it this way, it recruits the hamstrings, but man, I'd say I probably feel it more in my lower back and glutes than anything. But regardless, we're gonna flip that exercise in for RDLs and run that and go from there for a while. So that'll be cool. But yeah, man, other than that, that's about all I got. Awesome session. 3 of 6 meals in so far today. I will do a full day of eating here pretty soon. I feel like I haven't done one of those since I was in prep. Maybe one after that, maybe. But it's been a hot minute since I have done one of those. So I'll have to do another one and show you guys exactly what I'm eating every day, every week. Just eat the same things. So it's not super fancy or anything, but yeah. So sorry, I'm in like traffic right now, so I'm getting a little distracted. I'm trying to like pay attention to what's in front of me and make sure that she's good, and also film this. So my brain it's hard to focus. Regardless, on that note, I am going to just focus on what we're doing here, which is driving and getting home safely. But yeah, great session. Make sure, if you have not already, make sure you like and share this video. Drop any comments, questions, or feedback you got for me down below. I will see it. I will respond to it. I promise you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, what are you doing? Come on. No, I'm kidding. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I would really appreciate it, of course. Hit that subscribe button. You can see this ugly mug pop up on your For You page whenever I have an upload, or For You page, or a feed, or whatever they call it on YouTube. I'm not sure, but you'll see me pop up right towards the top if you subscribe. So it's cool. Helps me out, helps the channel out as we continue to grow, which we are. Just it's all positives. It's all positives, man. So yeah. But for today, I'm the Natty Teacher, and from myself, the whole Natty family, Natty daughter in the back. First and foremost, God bless. Hope this new year has been, hopefully it's been an awesome start to this new year for y'all, and you're enjoying it, having some fun, crushing it in the gym, crushing it at your job, crushing it in all aspects of your life. And yeah, guys, I'll talk to you on the next one. Again, hopefully you enjoyed this one. But for today, this episode of Road to Natty Pro is out. I'll see you next time.